If I said it once, I'm gonna say it 100 more times, and that is lounges suck. Now, let me rephrase this. Lounges for most people suck, and especially the lounges that are provided by credit cards. I remember 5 years ago, people were complaining about Priority Pass. They were saying how their lounges were packed, that the experience sucked in many cases, that the items provided, the food, the drinks, were not anything special, and the lines were getting longer and longer. And people run to American Express, they got the platinum, and they thought by going to Centurion lounges or the Sky Clubs, they would get that luxury experience that was missing from the Priority Pass. Unfortunately, too many people, thanks to channels like this, got the idea of getting the same card, and now we're all stuck in this situation where even Centurion lounges suck and the lines are getting longer and longer, and American Express is trying to combat this by raising the annual fee of their credit cards. Everything is getting making less and less sense to get as somebody that's chasing points and value. And it's getting more to the people that really travel either for business or for pleasure but have the pocket for it to get into those lounges. But still, I think that most of these lounges still suck, just for the simple fact that most of them are not even located close to the gates that many people travel. That is certainly my case, where most of the times, wherever I'm traveling, I don't find, I never saw a Centurion lounge on my terminal. The one time I found a Sky Club, it was right after they changed the rule, and now for my 7-year-old then daughter, I needed to pay $50 fee for her to get in. I was getting still free, but I had to pay $50 for her, and by that point, I could easily go to any restaurant and get whatever for both of us and pay $50. So it didn't make any sense. But that's because I'm a cheapskate, and many people are like me, and many people don't want to admit these experiences are not meant for everyone. And more people are getting into the credit card game, and the credit card game is getting diluted, unfortunately, which is partly of why I'm not posting so often. Like, I'm getting kind of disappointed, to be honest. The one thing I'm not sure I shared with you is that my new job, I shared the story how I changed jobs. My new job, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but it has to do with airport retail stores, airport restaurants, and about 20% of all the retail stores and restaurants that you see in airports globally are owned by this company. And I happen to have to be working for North American division. So I hear many nice stories for all these lounges and everything that happens at the airports every day. One thing, though, that somebody shared the other day in the company email was an article by Wall Street Journal. And what intrigued me to read it and get this video out was an answer by an executive that his status or his seat was not enough to get into the one lounge by Delta. For those that don't know, including myself until recently, one lounge is something Delta promoting now. It's a lounge that unless you have a ticket that's at least business class and gives you that one lounge access, you can't enter. It doesn't matter if you have status. It doesn't matter if you have a credit card. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But this is true luxury experience. And I want to share some key points of this article. I'm not going to go through it. I'm going to put it in the description down below so you guys can go and visit it. But it's just incredible, the kind of real luxury experience that these people are getting. Like this is luxury. Centurion is not luxury. Priority Pass obviously is not. Sky lounges are not. This is luxury. So let's get to it. So this guy is trying to get into the lounge. He knows that he can't get in any other way. So what he does is he's convincing his bosses to allow him to spend $1,300 for a one-way ticket from New York to LA. Or one-way ticket, $1,300. Keep in mind that he says here, Delta is asking between $4,000 and $8,000 round trip for a Delta One ticket between JFK and Paris next summer. You can get about $700 to $800 flights for that. Normal cheapskate kind of seats, but yeah, that's what you need to spend for that. It says Delta is catching up with premium lounges. United opened its first Polaris lounge in 2016. So yeah, it's going telling you what they do. Clearly says we know, and this is an executive by Delta, says we know that the Sky Club does not bring all the amenities and the experience that we wanted to offer someone paying the price of Delta One ticket. So Delta themselves admit that Sky Club is not good enough. I mean, that's at JFK, Terminal 4. We actually have plenty of projects there. I wish I could talk about these projects, just amazing. Even without the soon-to-open dedicated TSA lane, the Delta One extras start before you reach the lounge. The reception area across from the check-in desk, features light bites, including yogurt parfait for breakfast and Vietnamese vegetable summer rolls the rest of the day. Ooh. The mini fridge was stocked with Vine organic wellness shots. It goes along and says that it's seating 500 people. There's a bunch of employees. They haven't seen so many employees since before the pandemic. And just to get an idea of the menu, you're looking at 3-course meals here. And the journalist says, the business traveler next to me was texting photos of his roasted heirloom carrots to his jealous wife. He requested and received a doubled order of steak. I can pronounce most of these foods. Hamachi crudo with avocado and honey citrus vinaigrette. Steak frites? What the heck is that? With Wagyu beef. On the recommendation of another traveler, the dark chocolate souffle. The waiter warned me that the dessert takes 12 minutes to prepare. Do you have time? He asked. Boy, I did. I signed up for the 15-minute session in one of the 5 massage chairs, a session in the relaxation pod with Hyper's compression boots and head and neck massage. The head and neck massage was nothing special, but I could have spent all day in the massage chair. The attendant told me that one traveler booked 6 sessions on one day that wasn't too busy. They're all complimentary. So there's a doctor here that travels from Lexington, Kentucky to Stockholm, Sweden for an Alzheimer's conference. And she didn't even know about the lounge until she showed up at the Sky Club at JFK, and an attendant redirected her. No. You're not good enough for the Sky Club. You're coming to one lounge. Oh, très chic. The Delta One lounge at JFK is already Delta's highest ranked lounge, Roussel says. Customers rate the restaurant, which has ties to New York City restaurateur Donnie Mayer, 4.8 out of 5. 4.8. About a third of the lounge guests eat in the restaurant. For those who don't, servers dish out pizza, pasta, burgers, salads, and desserts in sprawling market and bakery section. Sprawling. There are 9 beverage carts in addition to the center bar, so travelers never have to wait for a drink. Chic. And now let's go to our key point here about points. So Marisa and Peter visited the lounge for the first time ahead of their trip to Italy with their 18-year-old son. They cashed a hefty, pay attention, 345,000 Delta Sky miles per one-way ticket. So they spent 1 million Delta points to get one-way tickets to Italy. So if you are not a serious spender or you have a lot of money and tons of points, you're not getting into that lounge, and this is true exclusivity. This is exclusive. Centurion Lounge that you get with American Express just by paying $700 is not exclusive. I keep saying this for the longest time. Luxury is not to go to a train or a bus, go to the next terminal, rush yourself, wait in line to get a cheap coffee or whatever BS they serve you at those lounges. This is true exclusivity. This is true luxury. But let me know what you guys think about Delta Lounge 1 or One Lounge. And if you think you can ever visit it. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one. Ciao.